Oh, hello. Binati Sheth here. And let's finally do it. Let's talk about content writing. Don't worry, all the weird things that I share on LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube, they won't stop. Uh, but let's take a little bit of a detour from the regular quirky side of things and go into uh, professional content writing. So in this specific video, let's debunk a very popular thing that goes around on a lot of posts and stuff like that, articles, all of that about content writing, which is content mills. Now, content mills are agencies, platforms, applications, WhatsApp group, Facebook groups, all of that that create a lot of content in very little amount of time. So this also includes platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, all of that. And why I don't think that those are the right places to start as a writer in 2020. So personally, Fiverr has been very good for me because I entered Fiverr like 9 years ago, and back then the cheap the rates weren't this cheaper, the competition wasn't this intense, and clients weren't just shopping based on their price tag. More on that later, but essentially Fiverr has been very good to me. I've been using it to get some very high quality, high paying gigs, and that happens in a sense because I have a level 1 seller rating now. But if I don't have that, it would have been next to impossible to get good paying quality clients on these platforms in this day and age, right? So let me tell you why I don't think these platforms are where you start at this point in time. So the first reason why I think they are not the place to be in is because of the bidding nature of how you get these jobs. So in a sense, you're competing with a lot of writers only on the basis of price, right? A lot of writers have quality samples. I think almost every writer has quality samples. They'll put their best foot forward when they talk about the sample that they provide to client, and that wouldn't really be the metric that will always make and break the game, right? The deciding factor ultimately these days comes down to price, and that is one of the main reasons why I think these platforms aren't the place where you start establishing your career. So because you are bidding for these jobs, you are competing on price and price alone, right? And if you go through platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, you will literally have clients that are solely shopping for content based on price. So they will enter what is their price range, and based on that, the list of writers will show up. And if you're starting out, logically, the thing to do is start at the bottom and work your way to the top. So that is unfortunately what you'll end up doing as well. And that will not only hamper you from improving your skills, because again, people who are shopping based on just price alone, they don't understand the importance and the relevance of content to their business, right? Like they just googled how do I improve traffic on my website, and I think one of the first thing that showed up is get some content rewritten, or get the content on your website or your blog on fleek, and that is why they're shopping for the same. So not only will you lose your skills because you'll be asked to do these weird things that you are not comfortable with, but you will also lose some of your confidence because you're not being paid a lot, you're not being complimented for your work, and you're not being offered critical feedback, which is important to improve, right? Which is important for validation. So bidding sites is and the bidding nature of these kind of jobs is why I don't think this is where you showcase your skills. uh, Second reason is very obvious, which is there is literally no career control that you have, because you're starting out, and this platform that you chose to start out, it doesn't give you the control to determine what direction your career takes a trajectory to, because you are filling in all these details about yourself, right? And you're setting your price point, you're setting your topics or whatever it is, and that's it. That's the only opportunities that show up. That is the only kind of people that you encounter. And there's the challenge aspect that inspire me with an amazing project aspect of the equation of working in a creative field like writing. It's essentially eliminated, right? So you lose career control, because this is going to happen again and again and again and again, and at some point you will either want to change your niche, right? Or you will move on to some other career entirely. And if you are serious about writing, that shouldn't be the case, right? So that is the second reason why I think this is not where you start. These platforms are not where you start. uh, then the third thing, the major factor is quality. So as I said, you have clients who don't understand the importance of content, who are shopping on price alone, that are going to find you. So it's safe to say that quality work isn't what will come your way, right? And see, to continue into a field like writing forever, you need to be stimulated a certain way, and for that you need high quality clients who will be willing to pay high rates for all the effort you put into it, right? Whether it's research, whether it is the technical side of things, right? Or whether it is how you arrange the structure in the first place. So you won't really get this opportunity with platforms of this sort, or with groups of this sort, or with communities of this sort, because your focus would be bulk work and not quality work. It's not wrong. See, it's not wrong to have those kind of jobs, but it's not where you will have growth, right? And at the end of the day, you want growth, right? And the question you probably have now is, where do I start? Like, where do you think I should start? Well, the answer to that is, it depends. It depends on what your goals are. Ultimately, that is what will determine what platform you choose. So for niche content, right, if you are generating some sort of a niche content, like say you're writing for healthcare, finding clients, finding high quality, high paying clients for healthcare would be easier for you to approach B2B platforms like say LinkedIn, right, to look for clients, then going on Fiverr or Upwork. Because what will happen is, on those platforms you will get people who want you to write Amazon reviews, people who want you to write product descriptions, all of that important work, but ultimately not something that would pay you a lot, not something that would inspire you a lot. It's just money work, not work, right? Something that is for the soul and the wallet. So I think I heard some comedians say this. I don't recall who said it, but yeah, somebody said it. Oh yes, I think Abish Matthew said it. But yeah, anyway. So if you want to start out, if you want to start out well, if you want to start out not just in a way that you get great jobs, but in a way that you have career growth, which ultimately leads to high paying clients, right? B2B platforms specifically cater to what niche you are providing content for, is where you start with, right? And I think LinkedIn is a great place for that. So yeah, that's it for this particular blah 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 of me talking about content writing. Let me do a little bit of a disclaimer. See, these are my opinions. These are based on my experiences. These are based on experiences I have shared and heard of from some writers that I know, who are again doing these amazing jobs. But then because of the amount of misinformation that exists, they had some problems, navigating the start of their career. I don't want that to happen to you. Anyway, signing off. Bye bye.